What up, guys? Peace. STS here. It is simple review time, and I did not get much of the film. I still got films I had not watched. I got from my trip to my grandma's, and that's all right. But I did complete the Critters collection. Yes, that's right. Critters 4. And there's the whole collection once again I got. I just want to show you the disc, but Critters 4. Now, this film right here, I just want to get done because I'm heading to my grandma's later tonight. And the thing is, I want to do a couple reviews there as well, but there's no Wi-Fi there though, and I have a limit of gig on this on the iPhone here. Is that I want to get this done, and I got it done. Critters 4 is a very. It's mostly that the minions or the critters are very they're very secondary. They're like a secondary character in this film. This basically takes back to, it all goes together because of Charlie, Don Upper. Well, Charlie's been for every movie. He's been for the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. He's been for all of them. He's like the key point of it. And also you have Ugg, who's the bounty hunter, who in this movie's case, different fucking story with him. But then again, the story is that it features from the end of the third Critters film, with Charlie looking around. Well, it was actually, it did start from the third one. It did the same kind of scene in a way, and it said Ugg was it was him, and said you're about to be in violation because he was about to kill these last eggs that was in this hut or whatever, this shed or whatnot. And he said, well, you need to. It starts out the same thing like it started and ended the third one, but he says, he's like, ugh, where'd you? He had like a little device, like shaking around, you know. It's like, what the hell? And it was a message, a linked message from Space River saying, hey, you're in violation. Can you put these 3 eggs in the pod, and we'll retrieve them? And he gets in his pod, and that's when it all starts. And then it goes to the spaceship, where we have this dick-ass captain. It's a captain's crew. This dick-ass captain named Rick, who's a fucking little dick. He's stupid as fuck, and I don't know what the hell he is. He's a very unlikable character. Hold on. Fucking things being retarded, but, yeah, Rick, and played by, I don't know what his name is. He's not even mentioned. I went on the Wikipedia page and everything. He doesn't have that link at all. So it's probably, he only had like a couple of movies or whatnot. Then we have the very beautiful Angela Bassett. And, because I know her from how it still got her Broodback and all her flicks. We have a young kid on here, which I forgot. What the hell's his name? What the hell is that noise? But yeah, we have just like I said, we have a kid here who is like, what the hell is he doing here, you know? And he's like a young kid, and then we have, which I found out, that we got, hold on, I know I'm keep on out and open. Ethan, Paul Whitthorne. And then we have Albert, who is played, but that basically, I think without him, even though he dies in this film, without this guy's character, I think it'll be shit. It's alright, but Brad Dourif, who plays Chucky, he's played many roles of being a bad guy and whatnot. This film here, though, he's a tweener, you can say. But he doesn't really do bad decisions. I love how he's the voices and everything. Ever since I've been watching Child's Play, I tried watching some of his films and whatnot, but he made the movie entertaining. More of a secondary character too, but hey, the captain dies before he does. The captain's the first fucking idiot that dies from the critters, and I was laughing. Well, Charlie, the captain, Angel Bassett, and Bernie, this guy who's addicted to painkillers or whatnot. And then we have Ethan and Albert, and they see this pod out here, and it's the pod where Charlie's in. They get it, then they get a message on their intercom or whatever station, and it's from counselor. It's Ugg, but it's Ugh. It's he's counselor or something else. So, but it's played by Terrence Mann, the same guy who played for all of them. And he says, "Hey, we recently interested you have a pod we've been looking for years." And he said, "Yeah, we'll make you money for it or whatnot, or cash or whatever." So they've been waiting for long and stuff. And then the captain's just a douche. And then we have a scene which they get in the ship. They get to the station that TerraCore told them it was a TerraCore station because they had a spaceship and they went there just to wait there so they can get their trade or their cash for the pod. And we have a random scene. Well, Andrew Bassett's like, "Where's the showers at?" And we have a scene of a very beautiful black ass, which I think Andrew Bassett has a nice ass, unless it was a stunt, unless it wasn't hers, a stunt doubles or whatnot. But whatever, I don't care. That was a smooth, silky black ass, and I enjoyed that. Ebony, I think that was good. And the captain goes in there and he thinks, oh, he's gonna get something over there, and nope, she wobbles him in the face, and he's like, "Get on with your business." Well, the guy is just like the counselor said to him, "Do not open the pod or whatnot." The dumb captain just gets his laser and just kills, and it just fries this thing, and he opens it up, and then he gets Charlie out, and it's Charlie and whatnot, and then all of a sudden the critters are in there, and he's like, "Oh, you don't be the only one under there. You hope there's something else in there." And he goes in there, and then there's the critters. 38 minutes. So at the 38 minute mark, the critters are. So we had 38 minutes, and then the critters first appear, which I think that's the longest of any other critter film. They don't show up or anything, but they kill him. They had one in his mouth, like eating all his insides and teeth and whatnot, which I enjoy. I love the critters. I mean, this whole series, it just blows the Gremlins out of the water. Which I will do the Gremlins. I'll do Gremlins 1 and 2. I have only seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one. But whenever I do those reviews, I will do them back to back. But he dies, and then they think Charlie did it, and then we think that the pod's been there it wasn't that for long. Well, they see when Charlie's, they get checked, they see his license and say, "Oh, it's 1993." So you're expired. Huh? He's like, "Oh, that's just the next year, I said, "You've been in that pod for 50 years, or something like that." And Charlie's like, "That means all my friends are dead. Everybody know." It's kind of a little suffering moment because all the movies that before that, even before they might not be characters, but every person he knew is passed on, and it's kind of dumb. But Brad Dourif's character, Albert's just, they're using this system for this named Angela, the computer system and whatnot, and you have to say like, "Do not do it," and it'll listen, and then it will do it. So it's basically like some two-faced bitch. Do not have sex, and then she's gonna have sex and suck a dick or something. I don't know. But throughout the whole thing, then the critters, and then there's some scenes of the Charlie and Ethan. They go in and they got this card with old Dr. Ramsey or something, or Dr. I was trying to think her name was on here, Dr. McCormick, and they actually get in these labs, and there's all these things that they've caught. These all the bounty hunters that got these aliens and whatnot, and they're on these tubes and whatnot, and then they have a fight with the critters back and forth, and then Terrence, Counselor, whatever the fuck, what's his name on here, Counselor Tetra, and it's been throughout the years, and Charlie's like, "Oh, and he behind him he's with these damn black looking stormtroopers that look terrible, by the way. I'm sorry. Like, it looked like it was the guy, Rick Moranis from Spaceballs. Deaf head or fat head or black ass, black hat. I don't remember Spaceballs. But they were retarded, and they ended up shooting, who did they shoot first? I know they shot somebody. Well, before that, Bernie dies, and he's in the pharmacy, because ever since he's been do they have a pharmacy? He got the card in and got the pharmacy. I think he's all a pill head. So but he dies from there, from the critters. But at the very end, I'm just trying to think of these damn. I'm trying to think how I remember. I just watched it like 5-10 minutes ago. But the last sections with Albert, and then you have Andrew Bassett's character, and you have Ethan with Charlie. and I think he was going to shoot him, and then tagged this line. But then Albert tagged this line. Sorry, God, I'm saying God in vain. I don't like saying it, but he shoots the stormtroopers are shooting shit up, and then Brad Dourif, because every time he talks, it reminds me of Chucky. Hey, you can't just come here with your goddamn black stormtroopers, or you're not black, but because they're all wearing black uniforms. You can't just come here with your goddamn stormtroopers and shoot everything. And then that Tetra fucking shoots him and kills him, which I was like, damn it. But you know, anything with Brad Dourif is just amazing. I loved it. He made it more better. I wasn't really liking this film. I thought, I was like, that's not good or not. But when Brad Dourif, I found that he was in it, I was like, hell yeah. And he was a tweeter guy. He was like a good guy in a way. But, and Charlie tells him, what happened, you know, what's going on? You're my friend, aren't you? And he's like, things change after 50 years, you know, and whatnot. And then they get eggs, and they kill those motherfuckers, well, the stormtroopers, whatever the hell they are. They get killed by the critters because they get trapped in the sector of all the bounty hunters and whatnot. Well, I mean, the bounty dead or whatever. All the critters, basically, like 20 of them, they conformed. And he's about to shoot Ethan, cancel Tetra. And there's Charlie with the old antique Colt 45 and says, drop it. And then Ugg, for all these years, said, I'll do it. And then Doug said, Counselor said, you never would. You never could do it, you know. He's about to shoot Eva, and he's about to shoot Charlie. And Charlie just, because Charlie was always made fun of. You know, in the first film, you know, he's a drunk and whatnot, but then he follows these guys who like, oh, I'm going to be like these guys. But then now, look at this guy. 50 years, he showed his true side. And he said, Charlie's like, people change. You know, things change and people do. People change. So that's how the very ending is. They get a new ship, and then it just ends with him, Ethan, and Angela Bassett's character, who's Fran, and they get in the ship. And that's how it is. They get in the ship, and then Fran tells him, like, hey, Charlie, do not mess with any buttons. There are these electrical buttons, and then he just gives up there, like, Captain Charlie McFadden. And he pushes a button, and they all, and it just goes off to the credits. And that was Critters 4. And I've really enjoyed it. I recommend it. Oh yeah, I recommend all the Critters films and whatnot. But it deserves, like I said, this film right here, B. I mean, because it's a good film. I like it. And but now to the final case of all 4 films. What's in order? Well, altogether, Critters 1 and 2. But I say right now, I mean, just to say, well, Critters 1, I mean, the second one, because my favorite one is Critters, the first one, without a doubt. Critters 1 is the best one of all. And then 2 was great too, because it had, what's-his-face in it, Scott Grimes in it. But I still preferred the first one better than the second one. So, in a way, yeah, I'm going to put Critters 1, the first one, in first place. Critters 2, and then Critters 3, I mean, Critters 3 was, I mean, it had Leonardo DiCaprio in his first debut. I didn't give a damn. I mean, it was okay, but nothing really too fancy. So I'm putting Critters 1, 2, 4, and 3. So, but, well, I'm only going 13 minutes now. I'm on 14, but that is the Critter collection. I got it completed. I gave all my thoughts about them. And I hope you enjoy them. Watch it at least a 1 minute or 2 minutes or so, because I add on. And I gave up my certain points, but just watch the fourth one to see Brad Dourif be a badass with very vulgar fucking attitude, and see Angela Bassett's black and nice silky ass. Peace out. I'm STS, and I'll see you for another review. Later.